good Wooly now!
Watch out. Something's not right.
Brother. Help.
It seems to only repeat these lines. Tacit discords attack other living beings because they need to feed on those frequencies. This one probably devoured, turning the last bits of a human's consciousness into such monotonous mumbles. I'm sorry. No, that's beyond my ability. I just sense a rover. I think it seems to be begging for help, but it's not asking us to help it. I can sense the pained cries of this tacit discord. Now the village is crying. Something truly awful must have happened based on the evidence we've found and the condition of these ruins. Perhaps that there must be something we can do. I'll inform. Sorry, I know it doesn't sound very convincing. It's just a hunch of mine, and I don't have. Thank you, Rover. As for the little one here, let's leave it be. The area is a mess, but it doesn't look like a war zone. Someone was hurt and dragged away. Look, there are many footprints here. Someone was injured. These cards. The Fraxidus is likely behind it all.
The Fraxidus?
Yes. I don't know much about the Fraxidus, but as an outrider, I've worked on related cases. It's a group of extremists obsessed with fusing humans with tacit discords. They've caused terror attacks of various scales around the world.
Fusing humans and tacit discords.
We've seen signs of their presence in Jinzhou, left by lower-ranked members called artificers. Above the artificers are the overseers, leaders with eerie abilities and unknown intentions. They pose a far bigger threat. No one knows their true intentions. Some members speak of world destruction, while others claim they seek eternal power. And there is one particularly insane overseer. He's a man who sees no order and revels in destruction. I've seen similar cards. They belong to this one overseer I'm talking about. If he's responsible for what happened to these villagers, who knows? Huh?
Guess you won't need my self-introduction. Oh, I spent... If you need to hear it from me, then yes, I am Scar. Cruel and twisted maniac. We deserve a meeting free of such disturbances, don't you agree? The girl, she's gonna sway your judgment. Don't worry, I don't plan to make you hate me just yet. She is safe now. Well, let's just enjoy our time together for the moment. Forget it to begin with. I heard you've lost your memories. Indeed. I'll tell you then. Before you knew anything about this world, you were already the center of conflict. You are the unknown variable we've been waiting for. Forces have been fighting for possession over you. From the moment you opened your eyes, everyone you've met, including that girl you care so much about, they all knew how valuable you are. The world is a cruel place. You are a living, breathing person, but you're just a pawn to many. That's why I'm here, because I see you as a dear friend, and I want to tell you the truth. I am so sorry for everything you're about to face, but truth hurts sometimes. I know you are not one I can sway with simple words. My goal is simple. I just want... Come on. Observe the surroundings a little. As you learn more about this world, your true desires will surface. And our little game will become... And before that, I don't want anyone to disturb my precious alone time with you. That's all. Why do you have to assume we are the culprits? Maybe you should be asking me what actually happened here. I won't tell you everything just yet. That's too boring. As I said, so go ahead. What do you see? Bravo! Didn't think you'd catch. Now, what is the conclusion you've drawn? How typical. The age-old tale of savage wolves and helpless lambs. But let me ask you this. Do you truly believe the real world? Let me give you a couple more tips. The truth is far more complicated than... First, who are the players in our tale? An innocent girl, a revered leader, and a flock of simple villagers. Next, what makes up our main plot? False devotion, fleeting kindness, collective deceit, senseless killings, and the one vulnerable soul pushed onto a path of destruction. But now, Rover, the story is yours to spin. I'm eager to hear your version after you've learned more. Our story, once upon a time in a peaceful village, in the day they toiled for food. And when evening fell, they sought refuge from the looming threat of wolves. Fables. Stories told and retold through the ages. The ancient art of conveying hidden truths through fiction, but they always draw from real life. The same story gets told by many, and each person brings their... Whatever you learn from it is just one of countless different interpretations, like us now. Caught in a carefully crafted plotline, a scheme I had no... This village marks the beginning of my story with Jinzhou. So that magistrate led you here to meet me. Such a clever move on her part. One day, a shepherd visited the village. The shepherd brought them promises of abundance and protection. The lambs, drawn in by his words, soon lived in comfort. Nope, quite the opposite. The shepherds arrived with a wave of his hand. The shepherd could grant their every wish. His flock obeyed, bowing their heads, pleading for better food. They no longer had to struggle for survival, as their once meager lives were replaced with, and the flock worshipped their shepherd-turned-God, praising him and holding him in the highest regard. What's wrong? Imagine you were one of those lambs. Oh, so we agree you are right. But the world we live in falls short of our ideals. It's up to the two of us to make that ideal world a reality. The lambs reveled in endless bonfire parties, celebrating their new god every night, except the one little black lamb. As each night passed, it was the only one to notice how its flock was dwindling away. Rover, do you think someone would give you what you want without taking... I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, I could get. But true equality is scarce. Always has been. The world was never a fair place. To receive equal retribution, one must give more and more. When every wish comes with a hefty price, people weigh their options carefully. When they can make someone else bear the price, they all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one day pay for another's selfish... Funny, isn't it? Later, the shepherd openly blamed the black lamb for the flock's decline. On the next day, the white lambs welcomed the rising sun as usual. But the black lamb was... The shepherd introduced an unspoken rule to this village. One that our black lamb violated by telling the truth. Suddenly,
Nói
the
tao
once
gì trước
doting
thế?
god stopped
Chứ.
fulfilling wishes, because no more sacrifices were being made. After witnessing the black lamb's actions and hearing from their almighty shepherd, what do you suppose the white lambs did? Those oblivious lambs. Little did they know the most fearsome demon was right under their noses. Well done. Now, I wonder, what is your take? Answer me and I'll reveal the truth of who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs. Indeed, the direct culprit was the shepherd. He held all the power, fulfilling wishes at a price. The lambs knew the risks, yet succumbed to temptation. Unfortunately, in the face of such temptation, they disregarded all the hidden risks, as disaster had yet to befall them. If they were given another chance, I believe they would still choose. Inevitably, they accepted their fate and paid the price when their time came. Now, my second question. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes? But that's why they wanted it in the first. Why would they trade their wealth for a wish when they were Here's my final question. What happened? Don't rush. What is the truth you've uncovered?
The shepherd was granting wishes by sacrificing the lives of lambs. The flock found out the truth, but chose to be his accomplices, and they willingly offered the black lamb as another sacrifice.
That's right. Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs. Until a shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance. Slowly, the shepherd gained control over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story. The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired. In exchange, he wanted one of its companions as a sacrifice. The black lamb refused, and it was shunned by its flock, left without shelter or sustenance. After the black lamb's exile, more lambs continued to vanish. The shepherd then blamed the black lamb for breaking the rules and withheld his wish-granting power as punishment. From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them. Meanwhile, some lambs reasoned that since they had already risked being sacrificed for someone else's wish, it was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. And so they continued to play the game. They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again, until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life. The black lamb got in their way, and that of the shepherd's greedy pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts. Suddenly, they could no longer ignore the blood and ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground. How do you like my story, Rover? what really happened here. I suppose you already have the black lamb who rebelled against the rules, and the white lamb, the innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on each other. They had it. All the shepherd had to do was execute the rebel. That's how he kept the flock in check and maintained the status quo. Fun answer, but no, not even close. I was never the shepherd, never will be. You and I, we are the black lamb. No one. Well then, let's see if this black lamb is going to end up like you say. Welcome to the realm of endless chaos. Now is your time to think, Rover. What is the right path to take? Oh, you've found us already. Shake and shiver, blink an eye. A flock of lambs comes passing by. Fleece of white, black, and red. Watch out, my dear. Your pioneers are lying at your feet. Don't look back. Join them on this right path. And I've got... Don't rush. One slip, and you'll shatter to pieces. Such brutality! Can't you see? We are kindred spirits after all. Shh, don't be so quick to... Tell me, do you want to be the rule-setting shepherd or the rule-breaking black lamb? If a sane person manages to survive in a realm of lunatics, would you call them the last one of reason? Or the sole apostle? Think about it. The shepherd is not the preordained embodiment of truth. Once he is gone for good, the black lamb can reclaim the trust of its herd. Then, eventually, there will be none left to be victims or oppressors!
What were the sounds? One more time. Timing.
You're wide open. Lend me your power.
Such a pesky girl.
Rover? Rover! I shattered Scar's illusion. That should have injured him.
Oh! Should I thank you for showing me mercy?
Stay away from him!
Didn't you promise to leave me some alone time with Rover?
With one condition. I do hope you haven't let that slip from your mind. Don't let your improvisation trouble others.
Look at you, rushing in to protect your precious, perfect movement. No worries. I know all the do's and don'ts. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Rover, it seems our happy little date must come to an end. But don't forget my sincere reminder. Let me know what you choose. An unexpected gift? An honest and open exchange? Or a highly risky gamble? The choice is yours. I know how smart you are. You won't make a hasty decision. We'll meet again in the not too distant future.
They're gone. Should we go after them? Oh. Scar's resonance abilities appear to involve teleportation and the manipulation of space. He trapped me in confinement, and I could only sense that it wasn't far from it. It took me some time to break that barrier. Sorry, Rover. If only I could have reached you sooner.
Brother.
Huh? Why are you here, little one? I've never seen any tacit discord display such vivid emotions. The brother had mentioned. Yes, that is a possibility. Since Scar had been here before, let's talk about it later. Rover. It seems all the tragedies in Tea Tree Village were linked to that ritual. Making up stories based on real life to support his twisted beliefs? We cannot take his words for granted. Now, we must locate where the ritual took place and see for... What's the matter? Two distinct frequencies of tacit discords. I see. I can feel it in the streams. Over there. Follow me.
In the south.
They are unharmed. Please rest assured. As you anticipated, Scar did not try to kill them. Yes, I stayed out of it like you asked. Is everything all right on your end? Please be sure to stay safe, my lady.
Rover, do you still have the plaque we found earlier? The one broken in half? Yes, as I thought. I just felt a similar vibration from that. Yes, as I thought. I just felt a similar vibration.
It's the missing half. We can piece them together now.
Look, the water is going down.
Extra supplies. Tell truth from the side.
You're it!
I can't believe it. There is such a big opening down here. How odd. This place should have been soaked in water, but everything is dry here. Even the vegetation is thriving. Did Scar do this? Given his powers, it doesn't seem too hard for him.
Tell truth from facade.
That tree, It's stunning.
Please.
Are you trying to tell us about something? Where did it go? Oh, is that a diary? That girl just wanted to save her village, but those sacrifices didn't lead to redemption. I guess the tacit discord we saw stayed. Please excuse, it's getting a bit too cold here. Sorry, Rover. The air was head. The villagers were. What was the diary's owner longing for? Was it?
Extra supplies.
I sense your weakness.
Look at the woman. Iya, kalau ada satu, itunya apa sih namanya? Tidak. Yang mana?
Swift and resolute. The end has come.
Ready for battle. Settled. Wind Rider. Tell truth from facade. Tell truth from facade.
Swift and resolute. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows.
You're wide open. Extra supplies.
Bisa dong tidur 10 menit aja. Biar gitu.
remnants of the past. Hopefully this helps.
Tell truth from facade. For emergencies. Tell truth from facade.
Dummy funny? I choose you.
Birth. Strike for the shadows.
Tell truth from facade. Wind Rider.
Swift and resolute. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps. Cherish every gain. and resolute. Remnants of the past. This power, it's mysterious yet reassuring nonetheless.
So you have opted for a prudent strategy this time. Next time, maybe we can consider something more unconventional.
Oh, time for another afternoon consultation, I see. What's on your mind today?
Whoa! Is this rover magic? Oh, no, you don't! You're not going anywhere unless you tell me your secrets.
In this world, there are only those things which are not yet known, not those which cannot be known. I seem to be one step closer to the truth I seek.